Every time I turn around, there's something new here in Vietnam. Like, I don't know if these are imported, but this looks like a giant succulent vine. Come on, you stupid camera. So that's really big. It was the succulent, yeah. Yeah, this soil's not like, oh, there you go. It's like mostly moss. Yeah, so it's dry. It's got this stuff to keep it from getting rot while it's climbing a pole, because otherwise the dew would hold it. So it's probably like an epiphyte, an epiphytic, possibly an epiphytic succulent. And it looks like it's probably maybe not getting enough sun here. It's still doing okay, but I would imagine that it's not supposed to be this yellow. But I'll have to look up what this is too, because, you know, I'm just guessing out my butt here. But honestly, I love looking at new plants, and, you know, I might not be perfect, but I can always look stuff up, because you know, you go to school and you learn about this stuff. And I was not trained in tropical plants, except for just like a really short few hours, because I live in Calgary, Alberta. Like, look at this. This is actually the way it's supposed to grow. I don't know what this is either. Holy shit. I almost pulled that apart. This is the hotel I'm staying at right now. We're just about to leave to go home. Yeah, it took a few hours for indoor plants and some talk about green walls and things like that. But, you know, if I reach my goal of being able to move here, because, you know, I'll probably be able to get citizenship eventually and not have to get kicked out back and forth from Vietnam, because, you know, my wife is a citizen and my kids are technically able to be citizens, so there's no reason why not to. I actually just want to live here. I'm kind of sick of minus 40 in Canada. I've lived there for 40 years and just done with minus 40. I don't want to do it anymore. So I'm trained with all the stuff in Alberta and the dry stuff, and oh, look, another epiphyte that's like wild. It's, I don't have a good enough camera to check it out. Come on. Yeah, a lot of junipers. Whoops. Junipers seem to do really well here, even in the tropical. Don't see a lot of pine trees. I seen a tree that looks like a pine tree, but the needles looked like equisetum or horsetail, and but like they'd pop apart. They look like pine needles. They look like pine needles from afar. They even had cones, but it said it was closer related to broadleaf alocasia. Like, it looked like you wouldn't know that it wasn't a pine tree until you go there and you try to pick up the needles, because they're not needles. They grow like exactly like, yeah, it's crazy. They're around the saltwater beaches, and they're not Pinaceae, not even close to anything like that. So it was kind of wild. It's convergent evolution. Yeah, let's go down to the fish one more time before we leave. And even the grasses is probably like not even, it's probably its own specific kind of grass here. Moss, I love moss. I'm gonna miss this place. I imagine this is an alocasia, not a monstera. Like I said, I'm just guessing, but when I get home, you know, I'll probably be able to edit these and pop up on the screen exactly what I've figured out they are. So basically, you're just on the ground floor with me trying to figure out stuff. I can't exactly remember. Exactly from school what are these all supposed to be. So it's quite a bit. Like botany is, there's so many plants to remember. But you know, I'm passionate enough to make it exciting to listen to. Hopefully, I'm technically a professional, but I feel like by no means am I an expert. And especially with the tropicals, I'm pretty out of my domain. Look at this. This is wild. Just a big ol'. Are these the ones that have this? These ones have like spadix. They look like, I think, what is it? Those peace lilies with the single spadix flowers with a single. I guess it's a modified leaf. Like there's a lot that look like that. These look like bleeding hearts, but they're likely not. I don't think they're probably related at all. There's a lot of like convergent evolution here. I'm pretty sure this is intentional. This one, whatever this is, it's a kind of variegation because I've seen a few like that. Yeah, there you go. Spadix, like alocasia. It seemed like, if I had to guess, this is called a spadix inflorescence. These are probably the flowers. This is probably a modified leaf there. Like your Christmas plants or whatever. I can't remember the name of them in Canada. More variegation. Here's a monocot. I imagine this is a lily of some sort. I thought these guys were what the hell is it called? Cycads, because they kind of had the same growth habit, but like again, the leaves are completely different. Oh wow, look at the way the dew. I can also, well, I can't look at these ones under the microscope because I actually will not be here much longer, and I'm not allowed to take them obviously to Canada with me. But a lot of the stuff you put under the microscope and you can see these trichomes, which is basically just like, not hairs, but like, well, I mean, they can feel like hairs, but trichomes are basically fluid-filled cells that can resemble hairs or, you know, spikelets or things like that. Sometimes they're globose, so they look like spherical. They're usually there to create some kind of barrier against being eaten or holding in moisture, at least holding in moisture when you're in Alberta or that kind of dry climate. Yeah, just don't have time for everything here. Too many, and I got too much stuff to see.
This one. This other one. This one. Uncle, this one, Uncle.
This looks like these are planted in a way that like that we would normally plant. There's those horizontalis, Juniperus horizontalis. It would generally be like this kind of edging. It's kind of bordering. Again, they're really into shaping trees here. A bonsai is just huge. I guess it's really common with you can do it with probably junipers, like an evergreen in Canada. They wrap them a lot of times with wire to train them, like not hard wire. Then they'll wrap them with wire and they'll do it, and then they'll take it off, because obviously if you keep the wire on too long you'll choke the tree. But they'll wrap it with wire. Oh my god, I almost got a spider in the head. Yeah, it's a juniper species. So the scale leaves. I'm gonna apologize if I, you know, if I get any traction with this stuff, I'm gonna get a better camera. Jesus. More variegation. Not all of it is variegated. Oh, clovers. Yeah, I actually even saw some dandelions the other day. Can I make a cutting of this? Like, I think in Canada or whatever, if you see like, oh, I like that plant, I'm just going to take a snip as a cutting. It's kind of frowned upon because obviously those plants are expensive and owned by people because they don't grow there. But honestly, here, it's like, if you want something, I don't think even anyone will bat an eyelash because they're like literally growing in pots outside of just everywhere, just absolutely everywhere. All right, well, hope you like that little, what, this is a Fabaceae. A lot of Fabaceae here. It's a Fabaceae tree form, which is, you know, kind of wild. I could do a deep dive also about Fabaceae. So these things have obviously, are gonna have like bean fruits. It's called something, there's something common name called like cockspur or something. I'd have to do a deep dive for Fabaceae because there's so many different, that's the family name. So the family of Rosaceae includes things like roses all the way to apple trees. So like the difference between peas and beans, which is Fabaceae, and this is, you know, that's how that would explain that. Yeah. And then there's like a few subgenres or genera or what is it, subfamilies. So yeah, there's a huge variety. I could do a deep dive into that. The closest relative that I can think of for the Western world that I could relate it to would be like a tree form Fabaceae would be Carigana, which is actually, I believe, also invasive technically in Alberta. It's not from there. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you like my stuff, you know, shoot me a comment. I'm gonna try to start doing stuff online to make some money so that I can afford to live here without being jobless, especially since I don't know the language yet. Are you you okay? What happened?